Are you looking for an alternative to an artisan pad? Are you looking to not spend $80 on shipping? Are you looking to shop from a website that doesn't look like it was made from a Russian hacker? Well, you're in luck, because today we're reviewing the LGG Saturn Pro. Okay, so first off, let's get into the durability. Overall in the 4 months I've had this thing, no issues whatsoever. The stitching's held up. The pad itself is held up. There's only a slight wear spot in about the middle where I use it, which is to be expected. Happens in literally every single mouse pad. Only problem is, and this is like a very slight problem, is that dirt kind of gets stuck in the corner of the stitches. Okay, on the right I can't show it, but the left, I don't know if I can show this. Yeah, right there, in the corner. There's just a bunch of dirt just sitting on the corner. I don't know how to get it out. Don't know how it got there, but it's there. So make sure you frequently clean this pad if you're going to buy one. Another thing quickly about the cleanliness of this is that sometimes the small hairs will get stuck in the pad. Not nearly as bad as the zero, but it can definitely happen. I have a dog. He has hair, but still, every once in a while he'll get it. I'll see a couple hairs on my mouse pad. You can just pull them out. It's like one or two on the pad. You just pull them out like once a week. It's not bad at all. Let's talk about the actual functionality of the pad. This is a control hybrid pad, I guess you could call it. I would say it's more on the control end. It's not as slow as a zero, but it's not as fast as a Hayate Otso or a Heian. And obviously I switched from a Heian to this. Overall, I wanted a bit more control since I play Siege, and I wanted to have a bit more stopping power on my flicks. So that's why I got a bit more of a. That's why I got a bit slower of a pad. And overall, it has been what made wonders for that. I feel like my flicks are definitely a lot more consistent now. Not as speedy. I'm not as flicky anymore, and I'm not as fast, but I'm definitely a bit more controlled with everything, which I would say is a net plus. I think I'm way more consistent now than I was before. And another pro right now is that overall, this is cheaper than any artisan pad you can get. At least to Canadian dollars. I know like the Canadian dollar kind of sucks right now. This less expensive because of the shipping and just adding everything up. It was about like I think $10 or $15 cheaper for this, and I want to say it was about 150 Canadian at the end of the day. If you're buying from the U.S., this would be I think maybe I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna put up what it would cost on screen right now. I do not know the conversion rate off the top of my head. The rubber base itself is pretty good. I won't say it's as good as the artisan hand. It moves around a little bit more, but not to the point of where it would affect anything. Like I said in the Heian review, exact same thing. And also, I'm also again using this on a desk mat, my old razor pad, so that would also definitely affect things. But no issues for me. If you're using this on like a wood desk or a glass desk, you should have zero issues. Another thing that would affect the way the pad performs is what skates you use. I'm running the default Final Mouse skates, which I think are kind of medium to control side, I think. Because I know core pads are a little bit slower, a little bit faster. Literally any other skate like the Tiger Arc, Tiger Ice, Hyperglides, and BTL skates as well. And obviously the fastest being the Super Glides from Pulsar, which are glass skates, which would give you the fastest experience if you felt like this pad was too slow and you didn't want to drop another $150 on a faster pad. So looking at, I guess, the Lethal Gaming Gear lineup as a whole, because they have 5 mouse pads that offer either, a different rate of speed or control, depending on what you're looking for. There's the Jupiter, which is the slowest, the Saturn, which I have, the Venus, which is in the middle, the Mercury, which I'm guessing is more like the hybrid pad, speed pad, which would be like the Artisan Heian, and then the Neptune, which is the fastest, which would be like the Raiden. So pretty much, LGG offers pretty much a one-to-one version of the Artisan pads, because they knew there was a market for having these more based in the US and Canada. So that way people could get them for cheaper. So depending on what you're looking for, if you want, you play like Fortnite, Apex, Battle Royales, you can get like a Mercury, or you get anywhere from between like a Venus and to a Mercury or a Neptune. You play slow games like CSGO, Valorant, Siege, you get a Jupiter, Saturn, and Venus. I think the Venus is a very good middle ground. Whatever, you don't know what the hell you want, so get something in the middle to see what you like. I've had a few pads now. I'm definitely more on the control side, but I do like what the speed pads offer. But I probably will be sticking to the more control side of pads, but not anything comparatively like to a mud pad, like the Razer Gigantus or like the SteelSeries QCK. Do I think the Artisan pad or the Artisan lineup of pads is better than the Lethal Gaming Gear pads? Not by a lot. I think if you want to go either route, it changes pretty much nothing. It's pretty much which one's more expensive, buy the cheaper one. Or if you really want an Artisan, you really want that 100%, then go buy an Artisan pad. They will obviously have, a little bit better stitching, a little bit better quality, maybe a little bit more premium feeling of a pad. But what Lethal Gaming Gear offers is 99% of the way there. So that way we have an alternative to Artisan, so that way they don't have a freaking monopoly, and you don't have to pay like $2,000 in shipping for one pad. It's honestly genius, to be honest. With what market they tapped into was great. Even though Artisan does now offer our US site for shipping, it doesn't cover really anywhere else, like, Mexico or Canada, or anywhere else, like, it doesn't really cover anywhere else in, like, Europe or Australia. Pretty tough as well. So I was gonna film, like, the conclusion, but then the sun just decided to show up, and now there's this happening. Son, can you go away, please, just for a little bit? Like, I wanted to record this. Come on, man. Well, in conclusion, this is a great pad to buy. If you want something that's just a bit more control-focused and still has the speed, so that way you're not, too slow if you're playing, like, Apex or Fortnite. We still have enough stopping power to play, like, I guess, games like CSGO, Valorant, Siege, etc., etc. This is a perfect pad. It could go a bit faster with the Venus or the Hayate, but again, this is for someone who's looking for a bit more control, but still, again, having enough speed. In comparison to Artisan, this is overall a bit cheaper, at least in Canada, because of the conversion rates and the shipping, because it has to go to US and then go to Canada, so it's a bit more expensive. Overall, I would recommend this pad to someone who just wants, one of the best-in-class pads, but doesn't want to spend that extra mile for the Artisan pad, or doesn't care to have that extra premium feel. But yeah, I think that's mostly everything. If I have anything else to say, I will add it on later. Sorry for the lighting at the conclusion. This is sun moment. I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.